Breshut Marai Rabotei, with the permission of Hashem, I would like to wish you a good week. We are now a few days before Rosh Chodesh Av, the month that we lost Beit HaMikdash. The Beit HaMikdash was destroyed, and the Parasha of this week it mentioned the Eli Mas'eh. Those are all the traveling that the Jews, when they went in the desert, they were traveling from place to place. And unfortunately, today, still we are traveling from place to place, we are in exile. As you see, there is no way where we feel safe. For thousands of years, we'll be exiling from place to place. The Jews talk bad about the land of Canaan, of Israel, the land, the promised land to the Holy Land. And because they criticized this beautiful land, so they lost. Hashem swore that it will not be permanently. They will not be living there permanently. I mean, why Hashem punished the Jews? That curse that the Jews will not enjoy the Holy Land forever. You see, all nations have their own land and they are happy. America, China is in China. Who will come to take the land of China from the Chinese? Nobody. Or Japan from the Japanese? Nobody. But today the land of the Holy Land, it's not, up to now there is always some who said it's not your land, you have to get out. And that was because the Jews, they criticized this Holy Land. And they said, let's go back to Egypt, we have nothing to do there. So Hashem swore that they will not see the land of Israel and they will die in the desert. And not only this, Hashem said, and because you cried for nothing, so your punishment will be that you will not see, you will not live there forever. The first temple will be destroyed, the second temple will be destroyed, and they will be all the time outside the land of Israel. Till really you regret. When you really regret, and you will see what you miss, so I will bring Melech Mashiach. The Mashiach will come and he will rebuild the Holy Land, and there will be peace in the world. This is our belief. My friend, and that's why there is a parasha of Mas'eh. Mas'eh are, the meaning of Mas'eh is where the Jews were traveling from place to place in the desert. And this is a meaning that this parasha of Mas'eh is not finished yet. This traveling, this parasha of Mas'eh, we're still traveling today from place to place. We as long as Mashiach did not come, so we don't have a real place. My friend, yesterday we were talking about the daughters of Tzlofchad. There were 4 girls, very old girls, that they came to Moshe and they said to Moshe, you just divide the land of Eretz Israel, the Holy Land, to the 12 tribes. And each family has a part in the land. What about us? Okay, our father died because each family that they were in the desert, they had a part in Eretz Israel, in the Holy Land. But we're not married, so we're not married, and we don't have a part in Eretz Israel because we don't have a brother. And our father died, and he died here in the desert. We were all one family. Now we are only Papa died, and when we will get to Eretz Israel, where we will live, with the part of our father. Our father supposed to have a part in the land of the Holy Land, and he did not have. He was okay. He was punished. He died because he did not respect Shabbat, but he did not die because that was a personal sin that he did. So that was not. He was not. He did not. It was not against Moshe Rabbeinu like Korah. No, it was just he did a sin. So he died because of the sin that he did. But that it doesn't make him that he will lose his part of Eretz Israel. So where is his part? What about us? So Moshe Rabbeinu, he did not know what to do. He said, okay, I will ask Hashem. And Hashem will tell him what to do. So he asked Hashem. So Hashem, he said, yes, they are right. Those girls are right. Yes, they are right. They need to have a part of Eretz Israel. And then Hashem, he said few laws for the heritage, that if a man die, that he can let his heritage to his children. If he has no children, so he can give to his daughters. He has no daughters, so if a man die and has no daughters, no girls, nobody, so the closer family will take the heritage. Always there is a close family, always. So always the close family will take the heritage. So that means that these laws of heritage, they came to the Jews, they've been teaching to the Jews only because the girls of Tzlofchad, the 4 girls, Noah, Tirza, Milka, those 4 girls of Tzlofchad, they complained. They said, what about us? We have no heritage. That means, and the Torah never was mentioned about heritage until those 4 girls came and they proclaimed the heritage of the father. So that means if those girls will not proclaim the heritage of the father, so there will be no laws about heritage. It's impossible to believe that. I don't understand. I don't understand. And what Hashem said, yes, they're right. Yes, they're right. They're really right. That means Hashem, I mean, can you imagine? Just imagine if I give some orders to the family, and then they ask me, what about this? And I will tell them, oh yes, you're right. I mean, I am a man. I can't forget. I can't forget to give all orders. And then somebody from the family will make me remember, what about that? Ah, yes, you're right. But Hashem, you cannot say that about Hashem. Can you imagine that Hashem will forget? He will not mention, he will not teach the Jews laws about heritage until those girls came and they proclaimed the heritage of the father. So that means if those girls were good girls, they will not proclaim, they will not go to Moshe Rabbeinu, they will not go to the yeshiva, to Elazar, to all those rabbis that they were in the court. So these laws of heritage will not be mentioned in the Torah. It's impossible. And as you know, there is 613 mitzvot in the Torah. And among those 613 mitzvot in the Torah, there is the laws of the heritage, that a man who died, that he will give the heritage to his children. Even that it's normal, we could feel that the heritage only for the boys, not for the girls. Because the girls, once they get married, they change the names. Of course, unless if the father really, in the testament, he write that I want to leave this land to the daughter. So, but otherwise, if the daughter is married, she's not allowed to have she's not entitled to have a heritage because she's married. Because they're married, now she changed the name. But as I said, the man, he can, anyway, today, you need to have a testament because there is all the time I hear fighting because of money. Sometimes they see people, brothers, they're waiting for the death of the parent, of the father, so they can take the heritage. I know a lot of people that they did that. I know even people that they fight with the mother, so the mother, she lost the husband, they fight the mother to give all the heritage in her life, and she sues nothing. I mean, that's why it's very important that the father, he should write a heritage so there will be no fighting among the children. So of course, if he has daughters, he should as well write in the testament that he want to give to the daughters as well. But according to Jewish law, if the daughters are married, now the husband take care of them. Because the name, they changed the name. But this is the Jewish law. I'm talking about the Jewish law. Now, in France, the law is equal for everybody, boys and girls. But the Torah, it's not. The Torah mentions only the boys. But as I said, the man can have a testament and write there that he wants to give half of his wealth to his daughter. So we accept his will if he wants. But he must live a testament. So now all these laws of heritage, who created them, who mentioned them, who was the person that he brought up this question? It was the girls of Tzlofchad. Until Hashem said, yes, they're right. When they started proclaiming the heritage of the father, and Hashem said, they're right. The father is supposed to have a heritage, and now that he died and he did not leave a heritage, and he has no boys, so the children, the girls, they get the heritage of the father. That was a big problem. The problem now was resolved. But our question is, if those girls would not mention, would not proclaim the heritage of the father, so that means those laws, they were not written in the Torah. It's impossible. So why this? Why this happened? This is the question that I want to understand. So my friend, I would like to tell you this. You know, in the Torah mentioned, Parasha mentioned, that the only people that they did not die in the desert were the women. Because the men, they talk bad about the Holy Land. Yes, why we have to go to the Holy Land? We have to fight the enemies there. We were okay in Egypt, and now we don't need all this. And then there was a big revolution, so Hashem was so angry against them. He said, well, for life, you will not see the Holy Land, you will die in the desert. But the only people who that they did not talk bad about Eretz, about the Holy Land, were the women. The women, they were very strong. They said to Moshe Rabbeinu, no, we are not agree. We are not agree with our husbands. They are crying. They don't want to go to the Holy Land. We want to go to the Holy Land. The Holy is good. We want to go. So Hashem, he said, well, with the exception of the woman, all the men from the age of 20 and more than 20, they will die in the desert. So that means all the Jews that they went to Eretz Israel, listen to this, they were less than 60 years old. All those that they were more than 60 years old, they died in the desert. 40 years, that means every Tisha B'Av, there were a few hundred, a few thousand people die, pass away every year during 40 days, 40 years, excuse me. But no woman died, with the exception of two people that they did not die, Caleb and Joshua bin Nun, that they did not talk bad about the Holy Land. Because they were, those two people, they did not die. So now you understand, how do we know that the woman, they loved Israel, they loved the Holy Land, and they did not talk bad about the Holy Land? The girls of Tzlofchad. The girls of Tzlofchad, they came 40 years after. Now that the Jews were prepared to enter Eretz Israel, they came to Moshe. Moshe, you just divided all Eretz Israel to all the 12 tribes. What about us? We want a part in the land. I mean, we never saw that means that the woman, they loved Eretz Israel. They said to Moshe, we want a part. We want a part of our father. We want to live there. We love Eretz Israel. We love the Holy Land. Give us a piece of land that we can live there. Please, Moshe. What about the heritage of our father? From here, our rabbis learn and understand that the woman, they loved Eretz Israel. They loved Eretz Israel. If they did not love Eretz Israel, why they want the part of the father? Why they want a part of land? They will go to an uncle or to they are only for women. What they want? Why they will not live? They will not take. They will not. They will not. They must have family. They were all from the tribe of Menashe. They were only one family. No, they want a part of land. They don't want to be with other people. They want their own land. That means they love Eretz Israel. So the question is, why no one married them? Why no one married them? They were old women. Maybe they were more than 60 years. I don't know how old they were. They were old women. Why nobody married them? You know why? Because people didn't want to marry those girls because they lost the father. Because the father, he did a sin. It was Mechalel Shabbat. He did not respect Shabbat. He did something very bad. It was cutting a tree. He was cutting a tree, and because he was cutting a tree, he was condemned to death. So he did that l'shem shamayim. He did not do that on purpose. He did it. You know why? Because when the Jews talk bad about Eretz Israel, and then they were punished to stay in the desert 40 years. So the Jews said, well, now that we're going to stay 40 years in the desert, so we don't need to respect Torah and mitzvot. Because Torah and mitzvot, we can respect them only in Eretz Israel, not in the desert. So in the desert, it's like, we are free people. And Tzlofchad, he wanted to teach them that even now in the desert, we have to respect Torah and mitzvot. So what he did, he started to cut a tree. And they told him, hey, it's Shabbos. It's Shabbat. You are not allowed to do that. He didn't listen to them. And he carried on to cut. He was cutting the tree. And then again, they warned him. Then after a few times, they went to Moshe Rabbeinu. They said to Moshe Rabbeinu what he did, what Tzlofchad did. So Moshe, he asked Hashem, and Hashem said, yes, he's condemned. So this man, this Tzlofchad, what he did not do it on purpose. He did it for Hashem. That the Jews will know that not because they're in the desert, they're not allowed to do, that they can do whatever they want. Look what happened to me. If they do any sin, they will be punished. So, you see, but that was only between him and Hashem. No one knew that Tzlofchad, he made that for Hashem. He did not, no one knew, but Hashem, only Hashem knew. So now, but people, because they did not know, so no one wanted to marry those four girls. Now that they know that the whole people understood that the father of those four girls, he was a big tzaddik, and he gave his life for Hashem, and now Hashem, he agreed to them. He agreed to them that they are entitled to have a piece of land that belonged to the father. So that means that tzadkiniyot. So all the Jews wanted to marry them. So they all jumped on them, and they got married very, very old. So now, and especially the people, they saw how much they love Eretz Israel. So for me, we understand that the love of Eretz Israel from the woman really, they really love Eretz Israel. The proof that those four old women, you could just be quiet, not to talk, and just go get along with, go to Eretz Israel with everybody. Maybe, of course, family will invite them. That's it, finished. But those girls, they loved so much Eretz Israel. All women has a part except those four. So those four, they showed how much they love Eretz Israel. So they started they complained. What about our father? What about the land? So they are right. My friend, our question was, what about if those four girls would not complain? What would happen? Yes, what would happen? What is law? The law of Eretz will not be written in the Torah? I mean, if in Hashem he said, oh, they're right, it's like Hashem forget. God forbid, Hashem never forget. I mean, especially this kind of law, it's impossible. I was thinking, my friend, the Torah, it's very important for us that the Torah mentioned, you know, the Torah will talk a lot about Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov. Always the Torah talk about men. We never talk about women. Yes, at the beginning we talk about Sarah, that she was a big tzaddiket, that she gave an advice to Abraham, and Abraham, he was not agree with the advice of Sarah, and then Hashem said to Abraham, you have to listen to Sarah, she's more clever than you, that she give you, it's very important. We saw that Yaakov Abinu, before he left, his father-in-law Lavan, he consulted his two wives, Rachel and Leah, what do we do, how is going to be the future, and they give him an advice. And the Torah we talk about Miriam, but that was not enough. The Torah now talk about those four women, that they were very clever, that they were tzadkaniyot, that they love Eretz Israel. And the same way they love the Holy Land, all the women, they loved the Holy Land. And that was very important, the Torah to mention, with the exception of the men, how much the women, they love Hashem, and they love the Holy Land, and they deserve to be respected. And that's why this Hashem, he did something that this mitzvah, those laws of heritage, it will be the woman who will reveal this. They will put it on the table. You know, when we talk about heritage, we talk also about education. Who take care of the children in the house? Is the woman. The Gemara says when Mashiach will come, only those who study Torah, they will live after the death. There is resurrection. So the Talmud asks, what about the woman? They will not live back again to the Tehet HaMitim, the resurrection. And the Gemara said yes. So the Gemara said, but they did not study Torah. The Gemara answered yes, because they are partners with the husband, because they take care of the husband when he go to shul, when he go to study Torah. They don't stop him, they let him go, they wait for him till he comes, and they don't tell him why he came late from the yeshiva, from the Beit HaMidrash. They take care of the children, to educate the children, to do Netilat Yadayim. to have a wash the hand, to put a kippah on the head, to take care of the kashrut, nida, all those mitzvot. That means the education. And because of this, without the woman, the man will not be rabbis. They will not be religious. Without the woman, look, how much I have to say thank you to my wife that she let me traveling and she let me do what I do. Otherwise, I couldn't do nothing. So the woman has a big part in the Jewish life and the family. Because of the woman, the Jewish people, even in the Parashat Pinchas, on each family, there is the name of Hashem on the family. Each family, Hakarmi, each family that the Torah mentioned, there is He in the beginning, Yud in the end. Why He Yud? It's the name of Hashem. That Hashem wants to testify that the woman in Egypt, they did not go with the Egyptian. They were holy women. They were pure. Who's the witness? Who can give us a witness that there's all those families, that all those millions of Jews, that they left Egypt, that they are pure, that they are not bastards, that they are not that Jewish people. And she said, I am a witness. That's why each family that they were before, each family like Pinto, if there was a family Pinto, so they will call it Hapinti. He in the beginning, Yud in the end. That means the name for God. Yud Ke. That Hashem is testify that this family Hapinti, they did not, they did not do any bad things in the desert, in Egypt. That the family is pure, Jewish. It's can you imagine? That was the woman. The woman were, besides this, the woman, that way, the Torah thought that the woman deserved that we will talk about them all life. When we talk about heritage, we will say, those laws of heritage, it's because of the woman. If the woman will not put this in the table, it will be a problem. And when we talk about heritage, we talk also about education, the spiritual heritage. There is a a material heritage, that's money, land, real estate, and there is a spiritual heritage that is children. Who take care of the children? The woman, the mothers. And that's why the Torah, that's why Hashem said, thank you, the girls of Tzlofchad. Yes, you're right. I was waiting for you to reveal this matter in public. Look, my friend, how much Hashem, the Torah gives importance to the woman. It's not because Hashem forgot this law. No, Hashem wanted that the woman will bring this law on the table. And the only woman that he could bring this law on the table, those 4 women that they are not married, those 4 old women that they are not married. And they were tzadkaniyot. And really they wanted to go to Eretz Israel. Like they said, Lama Igara, why we don't have a part of land? That means from there we understand that all the women were the same. And from here we understand as well, heritage. Heritage. How much a father should be very, very careful that the children that he will leave, that he will let them the heritage of the Torah. Torah tziva lanu Moshe morasha kilat Yaakov. What was the heritage of Moshe Rabbeinu that he gave heritage for the Jews? The Torah. That is the spiritual heritage. Each family has a part of this spiritual heritage. When a man, before he dies, he should be very, very careful that he should not only leave the money to the children as heritage, but he should leave them as well as spiritual heritage to be a good Jew. You see, my friend, very, 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 very important. And that's why the Torah, I think that's why the Torah want to mention how much the woman, they love Eretz Israel, that the woman, they're concerned not only a material heritage, even a spiritual heritage for the children. That was very, very important. My friend, I would like to finish with a beautiful story. I was in Israel last week, and for the funeral of one of my friends, Mr. Amram Ben Hamou, that he died 18 years ago, and he was buried in Toulouse. And then last week, his children, Gilbert, Roger, all the family, they they took him to the Holy Land from Toulouse. And this is a story that happened 44 years ago. This Mr. Amram Benamou, he had always used to have a heart attack. He has a problem with his heart. One day the doctors told him, they warned him, that if another heart attack he will die because his heart is damaged, and he will die. So he went to Israel. He went to see my father. This is a story, a family story, that we know that story for a long time. And last week the funeral, last Thursday, I said that story in front of the big assembly. Listen to this. So he started to say to my father, Rabbi Moshe, I have a big problem. If God forbid I will have a heart attack, it's finished. So my father told him, Armand, no. Why you think that you young man? You are less than, you are, no, you are only 35 years old. You will live. He said, but look what the doctor told me. So my father told him, do you know which day Rabbi Haim Pinto passed away? He said, yes, 26th of Elul. So my father told him, Be'ezat Hashem, I pray for you that you will live 26 years. So Amo Ben said, 26 years is too much. It's impossible. He said, I promise you, with the help of Hashem, this Amo Ben Amo, he had a lot of heart attacks in his life, but never died. And the doctors, they could not understand. And he told the doctors the history of my father. And the doctors were laughing. But on the other hand, they did not understand how he lived. The heart is damaged, all kinds of heart attacks, and this man is alive. They could not understand. Well, my friend, 18 years ago, and I forgot to tell you, always I used to go to Toulouse, I used to stay with them, and Baruch Hashem, I become very friendly with them. They help our institutions, and these children, they are like my children, and Baruch Hashem, everything until 18 years ago. He had a big heart attack, and he called me. He said, Rabbi David, I want you to be here on Tuesday, because I think on Tuesday is the last day. I said, why do you think this? He said, no, because 26 years ago, I was at your father's house in Ashdod, and he prayed for me, and he told me, with the help of Hashem, you will live 26 years. And the last day of the 26th year, it will be next Tuesday, which will be Hanukkah. I said, no, Be'ezat Hashem, please don't think that. He said, Rabbi David, I know what I'm telling you. And I feel it, that Tuesday is the last day. That's what happened. But this man, he passed away on Tuesday, as my father told him. It's incredible. Incredible. That kind, for me, it's a big emunah that this man had. I mean, you can receive a blessing from a rabbi, but you must believe in the blessing. It's like, if you want water, you need a glass to have. If you want water, if you have no glass, the water, you will waste the water. But If you want to drink a glass of water, you need a glass. If you want that the blessing will not be wasted, you have to take it. You must have a big imunah. This man, can you imagine? The doctors, they don't give him nothing to live. They told him, next heart attack you have, you die. And my father said, no, no, you will live 26 years. And he believed in the bracha of my father. And he lived 26 years. That kind of heritage, that's the heritage that he left to his children. And his children today, they follow the steps of the father. And with the help of who? The mother. It's the mother. So you see, my friend, whatever a man can give to the children, any kind of education is the mother who really gives the education. So this is what the Torah wants to teach us. The Torah wants to teach us the importance of a woman in the Jewish house. That's why Hashem, he was waiting that the laws of heritage will be given with the merit, with the zichut of ladies, of women. So we will understand what it is a heritage. A heritage is two ways: a material heritage and a spiritual heritage. The material heritage, it's come from, and the spiritual heritage, it's come from the woman. The woman has this title, so that we have to give glory and kavod to the ladies. That's why we must respect them. We have to respect the ladies in the house. Why? Because the ladies have this big duty to give to the children. So we have to help them and to live in shalom. And that was very important for Hashem, that Hashem will teach the Jews how much the ladies are so much important. That's why this mitzvah of heritage, it was given through the ladies. That means Hashem, you know that one day those ladies will proclaim. So Hashem, let it to happen. Let it be to happen. And that's why Hashem, he did something. He provoked a situation that those ladies, the daughter of Tzlofchad, will not be married until the Jews want to enter Israel, and then they will come to say to Moshe, Moshe, but I love Israel. We love Israel. We want our heritage. So Hashem will say, okay, thank you, you're right. Now I give this mitzvah through you. Not, as I said, we learn two things: and heritage, spiritual heritage, and material heritage. I would like to wish you, God bless you, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.